TYFU.
Hey, girlfriend.
Oh, hey, girlfriend. That's so poppy for the day.
Yeah, I'm feeling not at all poppy, but I'm going to fake it so I make it on this episode.
For those at home, I would just like to say that Beth recently had a very successful boob job. No, she did have surgery, though.
I did have some kind of surgery, and we can talk about it later, Marilla. Maybe.
We will.
I just want to apologize in advance.
No.
For any less than poppy behavior that comes through on this episode. Because I did have surgery
4 days ago.
A few days ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And this one wanted to record, I want to say 2 days after surgery.
I did. And Marilla's like, no, I'm canceling on your behalf.
Beth and Kelly are going back and forth. Maybe we can. And I'm like, no.
I was not going to be the one to cancel, so it was a point of pride for me and so unhealthy. But I was like, I can sit on my butt for an hour or two and talk to Marilla about the goings on.
Get out of here. Get out of here. But I know, I can relate. I do the same thing when I have something going on. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, it's fine. It's just me. It's just surgery.
You were telling me earlier about the time that you had some kind of stomach bug during a gig for your band, and you just had to run off stage between songs and puke your guts out.
Yeah. And I didn't go to be brave. It's not like I had the stomach bug heading in, but we got there. I was feeling a little maybe off. I was like, I should just eat something. I'll be fine. And then I got there and I thought, I'm not fine. This is bad. And in between every song, I threw up, which is probably like 30 times. In between every song, I had to run down this never-ending hallway, like Willy Wonka hallway, to this bathroom, and I couldn't.
You were probably in heels too, if I know you.
I was.
Heels and sequins.
Yeah, and I couldn't go home because it was a winter weather storm.
So you just had to blizzard. You were blizzarding.
Yeah.
Through a gig.
Just through a gig.
So there was only 5 people there, but you were still bringing your best.
So brutal. But yes, I'm the same way. I minimize my own suffering for the sake of the show must go on. So that's why we're here right now.
Let's just maybe do a Today in Retail or two and then open an envelope and like get on
just
with the show. Let the show go on.
Let the show go on.
Yes.
The show must
go on.
Go on.
All right. Well, do you have a Today in Retail? And if so, I hope it's a doozy because this is the final episode of the season.
Well, you're in luck because I do have one hell of a doozy today in retail. And that's crazy that this is the end of season 3. I can't count.
I think we've been at
season
this
3.
for three seasons.
That's crazy. Yeah, so we're about to take our break. We're about to dive into
Christmas
in retail. So we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
So today in retail, I had a man who has been a fairly regular patron for, I would say, 3 or 4 years, let's say.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. A valued customer?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of those customers that comes in regularly and gets just a little something every time. So I don't want to sound ungrateful, but he's not stocking his pantry at our store or anything like that. But he comes in for the community. It's hard to connect with this person, but we have developed a routine and a little bit, I think we're a part of his community. And something that is particular about this gentleman is that when you show him some kindness, he tends to just fall in love with you.
As so many people do.
As so many people do. And me, the cold-hearted snow miser that I am, I can kind of clock those customers and I immediately stiff arm them. Immediately. And establish that we're not friends. Like, I love you and appreciate you as a customer. We're not friends. And we're certainly not lovers. And as I hire people, I usually will give them a heads up about people like this. So all my staff is aware of this man who's he's not a threat, but just
He's too familiar?
Yeah, he likes to he falls in love with you and he brings you offerings, gifts, potions, lotions, granola bars, coffees. Like, we don't ask for these things. They just show up and...
Tokens of affection.
Tokens of affection.
Okay,
Yeah,
tokens
gifts.
of affection.
This guy would have been a great one for, I don't know if we had him on the gifts episode, but he would have been a great one. He's always bringing us gifts.
Okay, let me pause, though, because there's been many episodes where we've been grateful for customers bringing us gifts. And I think it's about vibe. We've talked about vibe before. Like,
Yeah.
there are ways to show relationship appreciation for your shopkeeper that does not make the shopkeeper feel creeped out.
Yeah.
But in this particular instance, you feel a little creeped.
Creeped even might be a strong word. It's just kind of like exhausted. It's just kind of a showering of random items to show affection, maybe. I don't know.
Tokens of affection.
Tokens of affection.
We've called them.
So recently we hired a new manager in Geneva. I had given her a heads up about this guy and he did fall in love with her because she's charming and beautiful and wonderful. And she was very kind to him. I even want to say perhaps they talked a little, on a slow day and got to know each other a little more, like more time than I usually give him, but it's a free country. She's a nice lady. So recently, this man came in at the same time another man was in. And this other man was giving my manager a gift of dog treats that he makes. He's got a little business. He wanted to have her dog try the treats. And at the time he gave them, my girl made the joke, hey, this kind of looks like weed packaging. Because it was like shiny, silvery packaging.
I wouldn't know. Really.
I wouldn't either. I had to Google it extensively. Yes. But she joked, and he was like, yeah, I know, but it's not. It's just dog treats. And they had this whole ha-ha-ha funny exchange. And as they were ha-ha-haing, and he was giving this gift, the man behind was getting agitated, and he left in a huff. And he messaged my employee and read her the riot act about how he couldn't believe that she would be dealing drugs in my store. How dare she?
Basically, it was a joke.
Yes.
It was a joke about the weed.
It was a joke.
And the gift giver didn't understand that the dog treat man and your manager were joking. He was interpreting it as a literal
drug deal.
In your store.
Correct. And I know this is a long story long, but you kind of need a little bit of that backstory and context. So now we have this man who has been bringing us gifts that we do not ask for years, yelling at my employee, making assumptions that she's a drug dealer kingpin, and trafficking illegal substances through my store.
Okay. So he went from adoration to you're a criminal.
You're a criminal.
In
I'm
the
appalled.
space of
pearl clutching.
5 minutes?
Probably. Just about.
You're not who I thought you were.
Yeah. How could you?
I'm going to ream you out because I had an idea of you.
Right.
And that you have proven that idea false by accepting illegal dog treats over the counter at Marilla's.
Yeah. And to her credit, my employee gave him a what for? like, how dare you? Like, what are you talking about? Leave me alone. Mm-hmm. That energy, which is fair. And she let me know about the interaction, and I said, girl, I do not care.
If you're dealing drugs in my store. I mean,
Yeah,
we got to pay the bills.
Everybody has bills to pay. No, I just said, I know the nature of this individual. I'm glad you told him, to buzz off. If you've got a drug operation running, I'm going to have to find it out another way, because this is not, this doesn't really.
So you said, go for it, or yeah. I'm not going to take this seriously. I don't take this seriously.
I don't take this seriously. I'm not going to let this rattle my ass. So you shouldn't either. Go in peace, employee.
Mm-hmm. I'm not worried.
I'm not worried. So anywho, a day or two goes by, and I get a message from this man to my private social media account, which is, don't do that, guys. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. There's a lot of ways to contact me through the business. He messages my private account, and
what time of day?
Oh, this was probably 9:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm. As it would be.
As it would be when the men are private messaging. And he says, Marilla, I think you need to install cameras at your store so that you know everything that's going on. Fun fact, I know what he's talking about. I know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I just exhaled deeply. And before I responded, because I was like, this is going to be embarrassing for you. And it was embarrassing for him, because I had to say, you know what? I know what's going on at my store. I do keep an eye on what's going on in my store, because I don't want my employees to be harassed by men like you, my friend. And you bring us gifts all the time, and we don't accuse you of drug dealing. So don't do it to my employees. There was more to be said, but it just essentially boiled down to, you're just mad that another man was bringing this shop girl that you have idolized a gift when you bring her gifts all the time.
Somebody else was in line in front of you.
Yeah. And
had a relationship. Clearly, enough of a relationship just to laugh together.
Literally.
And make a joke. Mm-hmm. And that triggered some kind of primal jealousy in you.
Right.
So that you have to then turn against the woman. Right. I mean, outside of shopkeeping, we see this in life.
We see it all the time. And it's just, it just brought me back to, it was weird. And again, it's not the most funny story, but I warned you guys this was a doozy. But our conversation didn't end there. He tried to give me all the reasons why, she shouldn't be mean to him, and blah, blah, blah. And they're actually friends outside of work, and I don't even know, and I don't care. You're creeping my employee out. You're acting inappropriately. You're making accusations.
You're wasting my time. You're
wasting my time at 9:30 p.m. on my personal account. Everything about this is inappropriate. Stop doing that.
Okay, well, I'm just going to, in case there's any listener out there who's not 100% on board with your story, I'm going to play
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Okay, here's a customer. He's trying to be friendly. Mm-hmm. He's bringing your employee gifts. Mm-hmm. We don't know that he's a creeper. Maybe he's just a nice guy. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're misinterpreting it. Maybe he loves your business. He spends what he can, and he wants to make sure that your business succeeds.
Yep.
And he's thinking about you. He's concerned about you, and he wants to let you know. What if we just pretend that what if we assume? I'm going to change my language there. What if we assume that his intentions are all on the up and up? Then what do you say, Marilla?
I would have to say that he's had to be told before by employees, we're just friends. Mm-hmm.
It kind of does give you...
He's had to be told before. And if you have to be told that and then you're still hanging around, it's like, you're not necessarily acting inappropriately, but then it feels uncomfortable.
Yes.
Then it feels uncomfy. Then it feels a little pushy. Mm-hmm. And my girls are at work.
I think that's, I mean, we talked about it on the crushes episode a little bit, like where do you find the line?
Yes, and it made me think of that episode in a big way.
And we struggled with it. Where is the line? And how do you handle this? If you're interested in a shop girl, what do you do? Because she, or shop boy, whatever.
Dear Beth and Marilla, I'm in love with a shop girl. What do I do?
I know. It's kind of like tricky.
Yeah.
Because then your friend Suzanne talked about how she got married to her creeper. Her creeper at the phone.
We love you, Jessie.
I'm just kidding.
But yes.
But she did marry her creeper.
Yes.
And it was,
beautiful.
Sunshine and rainbows and sprinkles and starlight.
I love their love.
They are living.
They're living. Happily ever after. Yes.
I think what it is you have to maybe not hit on the person when they're trapped in their box. Mm-hmm. Because
give them an out.
When you're trapped in your box, you have to nod and smile. Mm-hmm. When you're behind a counter, you have to nod and smile. So you're putting somebody in a potentially uncomfortable position.
Right.
And then you have to recognize and respect a no thank you.
Right. And this individual, although not overtly inappropriate, he has gotten no thank yous.
Okay.
In the past.
So it's time.
And I also think a red flag is if I have to intervene because some inappropriate action, like accusing my employee of dealing drugs on the clock. If I have to intervene and then you're lashing out at this woman who's done nothing wrong to you, but be nice to you and kind to you and patient with you, that's a red flag. And listen, we talked about it with Randy on the Crushes episode. Mm-hmm. And the way it ended up was fine. He does love the business. He does have a level of respect for our store and the people that work there. It's not really malicious, but, it ended with this, do not act this way from me. Like me's telling him, do not act this way. We appreciate your support. This is inappropriate. Please stop. Have a great night. And then 8 more messages from this guy, how sad he was and how embarrassed he is. And could I please tell so-and-so that this and this and this, and basically like she shouldn't be mean to me. And it snapped me back to Randy. Like, I know you said I can't talk to you or talk to her, but could you tell her blah, blah, blah. And it's gross. Yes. I don't like it. It's manipulative. When I say don't talk to me or my son ever again, I mean it. And I'm not going to relay your message, especially if you're acting, I'm not going to say acting, again, maliciously or anything, but like, if you're acting a fool, like, no, I'm not going to relay your message. If that person doesn't want to talk to you, there's a reason. And I'm not going to be your pen pal.
I'm going to do a switcheroo on you right now.
Okay. This whole episode is just about this today. I know, because
I was going to say, like, I have a similar Today in Retail. I have another Today in Retail I want to share with you, but I can't. because you just dominated the whole Today in Retail segment.
No, this is our final episode. We can do whatever we want.
But what I want to do, because I know what's in the envelope, you may not.
Oh, yeah, who knows?
I know what's in the envelope.
Yeah.
I'm going to reveal that. And I think that I'm going to save my TIRs, my similar story.
Both of them?
Yes, for the other side of the envelope rip.
Oh,
because
boy.
I'm interested to hear how we can work them into the theme of the episode.
Oh, boy.
I'm totally... It might be the anesthesia still from the surgery.
Yeah, you're still loopy.
I'm just getting a little kooky. Kookalicious.
No, I like it. And
You're
deserve...
nothing if not adventurous, Marilla.
Nothing if not adventurous. And I deserve to wait after dominating the first 30 hours of our episode. But yeah, it was such a doozy. It was a multi-day Today in Retail. It was upsetting for my employee. And essentially it just boiled down to a lonely man making it a woman's problem when it didn't need to be, because she had no choice but to be standing there and be nice and kind to this
Both
person.
him and the dog treat guy.
Yeah, let's not forget the dog treat guy. Very nice. Yeah. And it just gave me the ick. So that was my today's in retail. And it's all sorted out. And yet again, I have embarrassed another one of my customers, pointing out their behavior.
I know. and if he is in love with you, Marilla, it's possible that he does listen to this podcast. And that always makes me and our listeners uncomfortable when we out somebody.
Yes. And I thought about that. But again, there's nothing that I have said in this. There's nothing that I've said in that story that misrepresents
The situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, this is not a malicious man. It's not even you
hesitated to call him a creeper.
I hesitate to call him a creeper because he's like right on the line. The experience of this person is right on the line, but I don't think his intentions are necessarily. I think he wants the best for our store. But that doesn't mean you can act a fool in it.
Okay. Do you still want to have an episode?
I think we're done here. No, I think we should. I think we should have an episode. There is an envelope taunting us. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Well, I already know what it says. I want you to do it.
You know what it says?
Yeah.
You stuffed the envelope?
I want you to do it,
All
Marilla.
right, fine. The final envelope tear of season 3. All right. Wow. What a rip. Inside this envelope.
Yes.
Is one word. And
written large. Writ large.
Writ large. Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. That's not a pet peeve, Beth.
What do you mean being grateful is not a pet peeve?
Sometimes having to practice gratitude is a pet peeve
It's
of mine.
freaking annoying. Yes, it's very annoying to have to be grateful for things. But, I mean, in seasons 1 and 2, we had a Halloween episode. And when we realized that our final episode was going to fall after Halloween, it seems to me that we should do an episode on
gratitude. Coming up on Thanksgiving.
Yes. So
we love it.
I'm going to say also, it's been a little challenging. It's been a little challenging these last few months for me.
What do you mean, Beth? Nothing has been going on in your life that would make it a challenge to practice.
It's been a challenging year for me, and I don't necessarily need to list all my stresses, although I'd be happy to.
Well, I
mean, so I entered the year planning on this expansion, and I have been able to embark on that, for which I feel grateful, and we'll return to that. But meanwhile, the roof has gone. The heating and cooling system is gone. I replaced a hot water heater on Monday.
Oh my God.
I had this surgery. I had this crazy dental issue. We almost lost our executive producer, Boots the cat.
Oh my God.
Rush him to the emergency room. Yes. And it's been just like nothing insurmountable in a normal year.
But
go ahead.
And maybe we edit this out, but you've had cat pee in your house.
Yes, because of Boots' issue.
Because of our executive producer struggling. Mm-hmm. And anyone with cats knows that is just, will
just
push
a constant
you over
battle.
the edge.
I just cleaned that.
There's nothing that
I almost
erodes.
had to fire him.
Right. There's nothing that erodes your sanity during a stressful season more than a pet peeing in your house where it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, we found out why that's happening.
And we wish him well in his recovery.
And he's on his road to recovery. And I'm on my road to recovery.
Yes.
And everything is fine. But
it is.
I've had a lot of trouble staying in a grateful place.
Staying in a mental space, holding space for gratitude.
Oh my God. Even the way that you just said that.
If we were
triggering.
If we were like a motivational podcast, we would be saying that every episode. Let's hold space for gratitude right now.
I do think it's important
Me too.
to hold space for gratitude. And I guess I'm just expressing that I've had moments this past 6 months or so where I've really had to dig extra deep for gratitude.
You know, it just popped into my mind. In years like what you're having, which I've had similar years, and they thank God they don't always happen on the same time.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
you and I would just be
The podcast would explode. Yeah. If you were having construction and being sued about your name change
and your roof was falling in. Oh my God. You guys would write us letters, please asking us to stop. But what just flashed into my mind is during years like that where just a comedic level of things happen that are stressful. It feels like in Star Wars when they're in that like room of garbage, they're in the room full of garbage,
Yes.
and the walls are closing.
Yes.
And it scarred me as a child. That scene.
I remember it from being like 9 years old and being like, oh, they're not getting out of this.
This is the end of the movie. And that's how it feels when you're a small business owner in that season. It's like you kind of know somewhere in your head that like this isn't the end of the movie. Like this isn't how it ends, but you can't fathom how.
Sort of, Marilla, although there's been moments where I've had to say to myself, okay, how many books do I have to sell to pay for a new
Oh, I hate playing that game.
You know, we did it with debt when we had
We
Michael
did it with
on. Like, how
Michael.
many jars of peanut butter do you have
worst
to
game.
sell to pay for the peanut butter machine? I feel like a peanut butter machine is more, you know,
Fun.
and accessible
Machine is
than a
more
roof.
fun than a roof
And-
or a heating and cooling
Right.
system.
So let's just say casually that that's going to be $100,000 between the two of them.
Right.
Like, at what point does this stop making sense?
Ugh.
You know, at what point does it stop
Right.
making sense?
right.
I'm still going to
So anyway,
continue.
how much space are you holding for gratitude? How have you found? I mean, have you had any tricks this year in keeping the walls at bay?
I think maybe this is why I wanted to do this episode, because so far it's just been like moving from one crisis to the next. You know, if it's not taking Boots to the vet and it's not going in for an operation, and if it's not like going to the bank and talking to Michael about how to fund a roof,
Right.
Like, it's just like,
Okay,
it's
before
almost like
this
there's
episode
been no time for gratitude.
is inevitably going to turn warm and fuzzy. Because we're going to talk
Christ.
about exactly. Inevitably, we are going to take this journey together, and we're going to find things that we're grateful for.
I hope so, because it's all riding on
But
this
I'm not-
episode.
right.
Stuffing Grounds and its future is riding.
This is the one, guys. We have to make this count. But I'm not done saying negative things about gratitude
Okay,
yet.
all right, let's do that. All right, that feels good. I'm grateful that you're able to do that. Yeah.
See, look at us.
Oh, it's already happening.
Oh. Isn't it the worst when you are recovering from surgery? and
Every time you laugh, it hurts like hell.
and then you do a podcast where all you do is laugh.
Yeah.
No, isn't it the worst when you're recovering from surgery or your tooth or your dental work or whatever it is, and somebody's like, "Well, at least we live in a world where you can have the surgery."
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. And listen, this is how, you want to go ahead?
I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guilty of it. I do it to my husband all the time, and I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Okay, let me tell you, I've talked before on this podcast about my grandfather, Tommy Doyle.
Ooh, Tommy boy.
Tommy, the rug person. He was the
rug
guy.
peddler. The rug
he was the
guy.
rug cleaner, the rug installer, the carpet guy.
That's important knowledge. You
Right.
could probably use that knowledge after this summer with the cats.
With the cats, right. Yes, I'm channeling my ancestor.
Channel Tommy.
Be with me, Tommy.
Yeah.
But Tommy has been with me this week because he had something that he always liked to say. And I don't know if it was specific to him or something from his generation, but he always liked to say, tougher if there wasn't any. Have you heard that phrase before?
I haven't, but I
okay.
love it.
So you can apply it to Kelly. Have you heard it before? No.
I love this.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I use it during moments where this is Tommy channeling gratitude.
Right.
Because tougher if there wasn't any surgery.
Yeah.
Tougher if there wasn't any cat named Boots peeing all over the place.
But it's also not like mushy gushy. It's also not
It's
like finger waggy.
No, it's count your blessings, but it's in a way
That doesn't sound like count
you
your
don't
blessings.
like your grandma's dinner. Tougher if there wasn't any.
Yeah.
Right?
So I love it.
So
we have the title of this episode.
But so when it's a way that I can channel gratitude without feeling mushy about it.
Yeah,
But-
because feeling mushy does not feel good when you're pissed.
Yes. And tougher if there wasn't any has an edge to it that I feel like it summons grit.
Tougher if there wasn't any has an edge that holding space for gratitude just doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it summons that grittiness that we've talked about you need as
Right.
sort of like especially a small business owner, but also a human in the world sometimes. You just got to buck up. Where does that phrase come from? Buck up.
Kelly, write that down. We've got our producer on that right now. We'll more on that after the break. So that's great. That's great. I didn't really have an answer for that feeling of like, because as I said, I will play that card with people on occasion, specifically my husband, because I know it's legally frowned upon for him to murder me. I'll be like, well, at least we have food on the table, even if we hate it, like to use a food example.
Mm-hmm. Even if, at least we have siblings. Well, I can't say that about Joe. Poor Joe.
Poor Joe.
Yeah.
Only child.
He can vouch that it's tougher if there wasn't any siblings.
Yeah, you're fighting with your sibling and somebody's like, well, some people's siblings
Like
have
Joe.
passed. Or they're an only child and don't you feel bad for being mad at your sister? And God, it's the worst. So even though I do that to people I love, like my husband, I recognize how maddening it is, but I didn't really have an answer for it. And tougher if there wasn't any is a great idea. Mm-hmm. Wait till I hit Joe with that. Oh, we love him. We love him.
Yeah, tougher if there wasn't any, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay, well, anyway.
Okay, so we've got all the bitching about gratitude out. Do you feel anything else on your heart about the negativities of gratitude in your life?
Well, it's, strangely right now, having just complained on the podcast about, various situations in my life, I feel a little embarrassed.
What?
Yeah. Because I don't like to be the complainer. I don't like to be the whiner.
Yeah. You like to be the one who's like, tougher if there wasn't any.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel a little, I guess maybe the therapy word would be vulnerable.
Yeah.
The Gen X word would be weak,
Yeah. And quite often small business owners don't like to be in that spot.
Well, we've talked about this since the beginning, like season 1. We don't like to say that the back room is on fire.
Yeah. Never say die.
You don't like to admit that there's any problem or any challenge, or
Right.
that it might be hard to pay for a new roof.
Yes,
You don't like to bring those things
Even
forward.
though that's the most normal thing in the world, anyone on the planet who needs to replace their roof is going to be like, damn it, I got to replace my roof. That's going to cost an arm and a leg. Mm-hmm. No Christmas presents for you this year. Everybody says that. But for some reason, as a small business owner, it can feel icky to even hint that you're not grateful every day, all day for what you have.
Yes.
Because why? Because because we chose this.
Because we chose it. Yeah.
Because we chose this.
So if we're having a tough time, it's because we have the luxury of working for ourselves and running our own businesses. And so we have no one to blame but ourselves for being in this situation. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Right.
sentiment.
I don't either.
I don't think that the haters are wrong.
I just think the haters need to back off. No, I don't think they're wrong either, but I don't think it's right to take away your right to be a whiny baby sometimes about hardships. Or let's not call it whiny babies. Sorry, babies. Sorry to all the babies that listen to our podcast. Or to just communicate hardships with your customers, with your friends, with your families. You're allowed to, and still be grateful for what you have. And that is what this episode is about. We just have to figure out how.
Well, the phrase two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
I can be grateful and I can be struggling at the same time.
Absolutely. You could be grateful that you have the type of struggles that you have.
Yes. Let me bring it back to the roof real quick.
Raise the roof.
The fact that there's even a question in my mind, does it make sense to invest in the roof, is a position that I'm in now that I wouldn't have been in 10 years ago.
Right.
Because my business is growing.
Right.
Double digits every year.
Good for you.
This is going to be worth the investment if all things keep going. I mean, I can't predict the future, and the economy is kind of freaking me out. But
freaking me out.
If things continue going in a positive direction, no doubt I should invest in this property.
You should have a roof over your head.
My business.
Yes.
And not just bail now.
Right.
So the fact that there's it's not obvious that I have the fact that I need to do the math, okay, let's just make sure that this makes long-term sense. There's been moments in the past where this would have just killed me.
And there's
be done.
Many businesses out there. You might be listening right now, small business owner, that would kill a business. It might kill my business at this age. We're 6. We have 2 locations, but there are certain expenses that you can't overcome. You can't overcome in the first less than 10 years. And there's no way to control it. You just hope it doesn't happen to you until you're older.
Right. And so let's for a second talk about catastrophe in a way that we've touched on here and there in the past on past episodes. But if for some reason I make this investment in the heating system and the hot water heater and the roof and the expansion and it kills my business, I'm going to have to find a way to pull some gratitude out of that. Right. For your own sanity. Yes. Yeah. Was it worth it? Yeah. Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Was it worth it? And, I feel like as an entrepreneur, we are working so many episodes into it, this final episode, because I'm about to talk about the personality traits of the entrepreneur, which we did an episode on. I think it's a crucial element to the personality of an entrepreneur to be able to salvage some shred of gratitude out of the worst situations. And I would say that I am the most grateful for my business when I'm the closest to losing it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that during, I mentioned it, pandemic time.
Down memory lane. Look at us.
Yeah,
we didn't. It's honestly, guys, we put so little planning into this episode. It's incredible that we're hearkening back so much.
But I said that around the pandemic when I thought I was going to lose the business is where I was really able to recognize that I'm grateful for it and I want to keep doing it. I'm grateful for the customers. It was the burnout episode.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah. Right. So right now, we're about to head into Christmas in retail, which is is the most wonderful time of the year. I really do love it. But it's the moment that we rally. It's the moment that we put a lot of energy into our business, physically, emotionally. We amp it up a little.
Oh, I'm amping.
We're amping. Yeah, we're amping. What are you, what are you grateful for heading into Christmas in retail?
Yeah, we mentioned it on an episode, I'm pretty sure, that Chelsea got a flower job, a florist job, right?
Chelsea got a florist job.
Yep. And then she texted me like a week later and she's like, well, just so you know, I don't have to work this day, this day, this day, this day, this
Hell
day.
yeah, Chelsea.
So I felt like, man, I'm like the Hotel California stopping grounds. It's like you can never leave.
Never leave. Yes.
So Chelsea's back. She's covering me today while I'm recuperating.
Yes.
And I was just talking to her earlier today about what do you want to do for Christmas? What's our theme going to be? What are our colors going to be? I mean, that kind of thing really lights
your fire,
my butt on fire.
Right. The butthole is lit right up with a Christmas bulb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk to us in January. We will be feeling equally grateful, though, because hopefully the bank account will be padded.
True.
So I don't know, but what are you excited about for Christmas?
I think that is part of it. Like, I love, as cheesy as it is, I do love thinking about the theme and what's our vibe going to be and what are people going to experience when they walk in our store at Christmas time that feels magic, right? What is it that's going to make them feel this certain way? And I like being in a neighborhood. I'm grateful for being in a neighborhood of shops because I love to see what the other shops do to create that experience of like Christmas shopping and the wonder and the oh, I'm going to go get my Christmas list checked off, and they go to your place, they go to my place, and they find a couple different things, but each one is different. I do love this, like, I love the process of putting that energy into our store, and I love seeing what you put into your store. And that even if we don't talk about it, we're subconsciously working together to create a little community. Christmas village.
Yes, with all our neighbors, honestly.
Yeah, right.
Yes, and the customers. It's like, even though like people can be a little bit short at Christmas time, myself included.
Right.
We're all a little
Not
bit
I.
extra stressed.
Not
for
I
Marilla.
would never.
There is this thing that happens.
It's
that's
intangible.
Warm and fuzzy.
It's warm and fuzzy.
I will say, I'm grateful in terms of this Christmas and retail business
Theme.
I'm just starting, for all you guys who are young or in the middle and still growing, I am finally starting to see decisions I made 2 or 3 years ago for Christmas, holidays and retail pay off. Because
in what way?
People, like last year, they were like, oh, I had such great luck here last year. I'm making a special point to come. So I started to see that a couple years ago. Last year, I saw even more. I'm anticipating it for this year.
Interesting.
So sometimes you don't know if the decisions that you are making on any given day, like what impact they're going to have on your future. But it could be an infinitely good decision. You know, instead of the finite result of one sale, it could be an infinite number of sales in the future.
Yeah, I think about, like, I'm up on my movie trivia this episode, but I think about the Christmas Story when they go to the mall to see Santa, and they're at the mall, and it's so many Christmas movies from the 50s, 60s, 70s idolize that Christmas in retail, the shop windows, the Macy's is a big Christmas thing for people. That is just choices that Macy's made.
Yes.
Over and over and over again
yeah.
to cement themselves into people's minds as part of their experience at the holiday season.
Even the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Right.
Is a thing that we connect with the launch of the Christmas season.
Right. And that had to be at some point in Macy's history, that was a risky bet That
Yes.
was a go hard or go home moment that
Yes.
you didn't know. They didn't know if that was going to pay off.
That's interesting.
And now,
Somebody at Macy's is grateful.
just you wait,
Is
Beth.
feeling some gratitude.
It's going to be the Stomping Grounds Thanksgiving Day parade any year now. Yeah, that's an interesting spin on it, because
Yeah.
you might not feel particularly grateful for those choices that you made 2 or 3 years back, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'm grateful for former me, but
Yeah.
it's taken a long time to be able to pat myself on the back for those decisions, because so often, you're just taking shots in the dark.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
You're just doing your best.
Yeah. Crazy.
So I don't know if this is the time to transition back to the drug dealer that we meant at the
anytime,
beginning of the
yeah.
episode, but I'm just thinking of a guy who a couple of years ago was in the store, and he was asking me what kind of nefarious things I had going on in the back of the store. He used the word nefarious.
Nefarious. First of all, great word. Great vocab.
Because he knew that there was no way I was making it just with books and framing. So
Yes.
he figured we had something nefarious going on. And now to find out that you do as well.
Yeah, you're not alone.
So I'm grateful for that connection.
Grateful for our crime ring that we have formed together. Yeah, I have never been, well, now I have, but up until recently, I have not been accused of nefarious doings or goings on. But I know what people are asking when they come up and they're like, oh, you must do a lot online. And I'm grateful for that customer. But yeah, it's like the same thing. Like, there must be something going on that I'm not seeing here.
Because
how would you have your lights on with this? And you know what? In that moment, I am always needled a little bit, but at the same time, if we're keeping with the theme, I'm able to say in that moment, no, actually, we don't do the majority of our business online. It's all through the store right here, because we have such a strong community and wonderful supportive customer base. And just like that, I'm doing it to myself. Like, hold space for gratitude. And I have an opportunity to go, oh yeah, no, I do enough business here because our customers are badass and they show up all the time.
Okay.
So suck on that, buddy.
Speaking of suck on that. Speaking of suck on that.
Speaking of sucking.
suck on that. Yeah. I got a bad review.
Oh, all right. Love this.
That left me feeling grateful.
What a twist.
I know.
What a plot twist.
So
Go on.
lately, Marilla, I mean, we did an episode on bad reviews, but
It's been a while, though. Do we have some fresh ones?
most of my reviews are very positive, and I'm grateful for that.
Let it be known, universe.
So when I got a Google notification that said you have a new Google review, I'm like, yeah.
Yay!
Let me
Someone
check that
saying
out.
nice things about me.
Woohoo!
Woo!
So this was a few weeks ago. I don't remember it word for word, but it was not that nice. The store is nice,
Okay, well, that starts nice.
but I personally am not nice unless you are a male. I am only nice
Bev,
to the males. This is the
you're working the room.
Yes. But I am not nice to the females. And this female had asked me some questions to which I was very rude.
Probably Kurt, even.
Possibly. But I don't remember this, so I can't say. I can't say.
Knowing you, just extremely Kurt.
So anyway, it was a negative review. Everybody can go.
So the negative review
Online and
boiled
look at
down
it.
was like, you only
Yeah.
like boys, you don't
Yeah.
like girls. She was a meanie to me, but she was into my husband.
I think
Or partner.
that basically sums it up. Yes. It was a weird one, I thought,
Do you remember the couple?
I did kind of rack my brain trying to figure out
Isn't that funny when that
who this
happened?
was. Like,
Who was
she clearly had a very different experience than I did.
Right.
Normally, Marilla, when I am rude to somebody, I'm knowing it.
It's for a reason.
Right.
Well,
maybe sometimes
not
I'm
a reason.
accidentally rude.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sure I'm rude
Sometimes
without realizing.
We all know in listening to this podcast that sometimes you just accuse people of stealing for no
That is true.
reason.
That is true.
But I'm with you there. Like when
I
you
have
really
an anger journal.
yeah.
And I utilize it. So if I'm
you
pissed about,
actually do.
no, of course not.
Oh.
I have a gratitude journal.
Oh well, that's
No,
healthy.
not even. I do not.
It is true.
But like normally I stew on it, is what I'm saying. Like if I have a
Right.
bad experience with a customer and I'm knowingly rude,
Right.
I'm aware of it and I'm stewing on it and there's something that triggered it for me. But in this
Same.
instance,
Nothing was on
there
your
was
radar.
nothing on my radar. So how does
God.
this relate to gratitude? Okay.
Yeah. So you left this. You read this
Couple of-
review.
yes.
She goes, "You were into my husband, not into me. Very rude. 1 star.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Because the store was nice. I'm just not nice. It's personal.
Okay. So 2
Okay.
stars for the owner. Redacted.
I think it's like 5 stars for the store, 1 star for the owner equals 3.
Equals 3.
Yeah.
All right. So you read this and you're just like, I'm so grateful for this woman.
Right. I am trying to, now this is so cheesy, but I'm like, you have to be grateful for any feedback. Right? I try to go there.
Everything is a lesson.
Everything is a lesson. I tried to go there.
Ooh.
It wasn't super easy.
Ooh.
Then I was grateful because she had some experience that she found motivating enough to leave a bad review. Right. So I'm trying to hold space for her experience.
Yes. There's so much space in this episode.
Then I found myself very grateful for the lessons that we uncovered in episode 9, edit bad reviews.
Bad reviews.
Where
right.
I remembered everything we talked about on that episode in terms of just give it 24 hours before you respond. And
Yes.
so I was able to set it down, take some deep breaths, give it 48 hours.
Yeah.
Respond in a way that I think was authentic to myself and not too demeaning to her.
Yes.
It was hard because I hate women.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. As we have
Then I asked for her husband's
established.
number.
Yes. And you have a date coming up
Right.
this weekend. Yeah.
But then later that day, after I responded, I went over to the Linden Social Club to meet our friend and listener, Scott, for a drink.
Was this the day I walked by and ignored you?
Yes, yes,
No,
yes,
I walked
yes.
by and I stared at you really creepily
And
because
then
I was like,
texted you. I'm like, that dress is too short. Remember that? You walked by. I was like, nice outfit.
Well,
Did you wear that to work?
well, I was walking by and I was like when I had my binoculars out and I thought that maybe Beth was in there. And then I thought, no, it's just a lady that looks like Beth. And I'm just now staring at her with binoculars. And then
I texted you.
and you told me how ugly I looked.
Anyway, this was very much on my mind. So I asked Joe, who's been on the show twice now,
Who's experienced
bad reviews.
Bad reviews
I was
and
like,
good
Joe,
reviews.
remind me of your worst review ever. So he was telling me about it.
love
Then a couple ladies who are visiting from out of town, they're like, what are you guys talking about? And so we started telling them about the bad reviews. And they're like, oh, well, we have to come to your store and check it out. I was
my
like,
God.
don't do it because I hate women. And it became a big joke, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
they ended up coming to my store.
Yes.
And both of them bought things.
I bet you guys had a blast.
We had a wonderful time. And then they left positive review for me.
Oh.
So it's like
How
the bad experience
wonderful.
ended up turning out to be a way to connect with Joe,
Yeah.
a way to be grateful for our podcast, a way to connect with some new customers, a way to literally make some money.
Yeah.
Like just this.
Just this one interaction. Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny because you just never know how you're going to hit with certain people. You might have been on the computer adding stuff to the website. You might have been working on, who knows? Or maybe you were just downright rude to her.
I might have been a bit.
Who knows? But wow, I love the way. That's a good one.
Okay, so it counts as a gratitude
That
story.
counts as a gratitude story, and you really had me on the edge of my seat. I really liked where that went. Yeah, you never know, and I think taking that beat, I think that can be applied to bad reviews. I think it can be applied to bad experiences. I think it can be applied to bad seasons of construction or whatever. Taking a beat before you form your permanent opinion about the experience, especially in the roller coaster that is small business. Boy, it helps.
The reason that it reminded me of what happened with your manager is because it felt so personal. Like,
Right.
It felt like a personal attack.
I mean, it was an accusation.
Yes.
Right.
And it wasn't a fair one.
Correct.
So it's hard to feel grateful when people seem to be going out of their way to be unfair or unkind.
Yes.
What are you grateful for in the situation that happened with the weed dealer who works for you?
I'm grateful for the dog treats.
Is there any kind of like higher principle at work there that you were able to tap into?
Oh gosh. I think that something that I said when relaying the story to my employees, and because often when I have to have an altercation,
Reckoning.
when I have to have a reckoning with a customer, whether it's a bad review, whether it's a snarky email, whether it's someone mistreating my employee, quite often I will relay the story to my team. And sometimes I'll have them read my responses. I'll CC them, because kind of like what you were saying, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page about how we take that kind of negativity and how we respond in that moment. Because I think it's an important thing to be on the same page about. But in this recent reckoning, when I was relaying the story, I found that I was grateful for the fact that all of the team at Marilla's Mindful Supplies goes above and beyond to make people feel loved and paid attention to and cared for. And sometimes the person on the other side of that care doesn't respond appropriately, but I'm very proud of my staff for giving everyone that experience to the best of their ability. And I'm always willing to step in and kick the door down and reprimand someone if they respond inappropriately. But it's not the first time that we get comments all the time, little reviews, little responses to even receipts that say, the staff is such a joy. I always feel paid attention to. They're always so kind. They always go out of their way to make sure that I feel comfortable. And I love seeing that. And even though that does make people fall in love with us, I'm very grateful that we attract that kind of energy and maintain it in the store. So,
well, I got another one for you.
All right.
Because what I thought you might say
went off script.
What you could have said in addition, if you feel like it's true,
if I was smart.
If you read the notes here.
This is feeling like you're attacking women.
I feel like it was a great kind of team building exercise. You sharing this experience with the staff.
Right.
Sharing your response with the staff. like kind of coalescing that you've all got each other's backs.
Well,
You're
right.
all
Yes.
truly on the same team.
Really,
Marilla's
truly.
Mindful
Yep.
Supplies team.
Legally, we are on payroll.
But it's sort of like it maybe strengthens your own sense of community within the store with each other.
I always hope. I mean, I don't always handle them perfectly. But I do. That is always my intention. And I think that's a good way of articulating it. I do think that these kinds of experiences, although momentarily unpleasant, they just serve a lot of purpose in our business. And that is one of them. It's reiterating that, you're covered. Like you've got somebody in your corner and we're rooting for you. And, you know, we trust you, like we trust each other. And, if one of the girls is dealing drugs, then we all are dealing drugs now.
Yeah. Well, it makes me kind of want to vomit to be like, every challenge is an opportunity.
Oh, I know.
Like,
gross.
It's disgusting.
Ugh.
But also maybe true.
Maybe true. Ugh. We'll agree that that's true after we stop recording. But yeah, I mean, and that therein lies the fascination that I have with running my own business. You know, it's so challenging. It's so grueling sometimes, but I'm just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what I have and these challenges that come up.
Okay, well, speaking of challenges, Marilla, I think you've got a couple, 2 challenges coming your way. Do you want to talk about that? I mean, I know we decided that maybe before the end of the season, we would talk about scheduling for future. Like, I'm just going to, that's my intro. That's my runway.
That's
for
the
you.
runway. Okay. Yeah. We are, as we have mentioned in this episode, this is the last episode of the season. And right now, unless Beth gets more hateful towards women, we're planning on a 4th season.
We'll see.
Yes. But if we hearken back to the family planning episode,
Staving Artist.
with Rachel from Staving Artist, you guys had some compelling arguments for raising children as small business owners.
We said it's super easy.
And so I immediately went home and Joe and I banged it out.
Yeah.
And we will be welcoming twins into the world in March.
2 little babies.
2, not 1, but 2.
I was so mad. I'm like, Marilla, you always got to show off. Like, why can't you just have 1 baby like a normal person?
Like a normal person. 2 stores, 2 babies, and I'm sorry, Beth, but they're 2 girls. God,
women.
More women. Yeah, so right when we are planning to begin recording our 4th season, I
will be in labor.
Will be taking a moment to pop out a couple, quite literally, a couple children. So our start date for season 4 is TBD.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Just like Beth, we're just sitting here and talking. So like, you know, I can do it anytime.
Kelly can hold the babies.
Yeah, Kelly can hold the baby. I've already found the gear for Kelly to hold one on the front and one on the back. But yeah, that is a challenge. That's our next adventure. 2 stores, 2 babies. I'll just put 1 baby in Geneva, 1 baby in Rochester. And we're going to see what happens.
All right, let's talk about your twins for a minute because the people are going to want to know how many placentas you have. And it's 2. So they're not going to be identical.
They're not identical. They're very low risk. They're called Di twins for anybody who knows about twins. They each have their own room. They each have their own placenta.
So that's 4 births. Right.
Thanks, Beth. Yeah. So, and they're doing great. They're doing great. They're the size, as we record this episode, I believe we could liken them to large avocados.
And we're not allowed to say the names yet. Is that correct?
Correct. We are not. We are sorry. I just burped. I'm pregnant. We are not announcing the names on the podcast yet, but they are adorable. We do know what they are. There are twins in my family. My grandmother's a twin. That's what everybody asks when they find out we have twins. So not identical. My grandmother's a twin. They're coming in March.
Just maybe.
They're coming in March, Beth. You gotta pull for me, girl.
Well, maybe by February you'll be ready. We'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're cooking them until March. We're all on the same team. Yeah, so that's happening. And so I'm heading into Christmas in retail.
You're going to be wearing some maternity clothes by that time, I think. You're going to have some thrifted maternity clothes.
Yeah, I actually rented some.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, right? I've got some events coming up and I didn't want to buy anything fancy, so I rented some.
Well, congratulations. I mean, I think realistically,
Yeah.
one of us has to be realistic and
This
be
is true.
like, it might be hard to run 2 stores with 2 babies plus do a podcast. So I think
probably will be.
realistically, we ought to ask for some grace and flexibility from the listeners.
sure, for
I mean, you
sure.
have a fairly good excuse for.
I do. I don't know if you're still going to be able to milk your surgery that far down the line. So I will take up the baton and yeah, we'll ask for some grace. And listen, if we don't kick up the season right away, then we will keep you guys updated on social media and keep you in the loop.
Because you'll be wanting to make some content, while you're in labor, at least.
Of course.
At the very least.
At the very least. It's the least I could do for the podcast. So thank you for understanding, everyone.
I imagine you're feeling grateful for the babies, and I imagine babies will be easy to feel grateful for, even if they are like keeping you up nights and making it hard to get
one
to.
will be here all the time with you. So
Yeah. I love a baby.
You love a baby?
I love a baby.
Well,
yes,
boy, do I have a deal for you. I'm going to have 2 for you. That's great news. That's great news. I'm making up my guest room right now for anyone who wants to come and stay and have multiple baby time.
You're saying that on the podcast. You never know who's going to show up.
I have a Google Doc. We're going to screen. So yes, feeling grateful for that. And even though it is overwhelming, feeling very grateful for the very unique experience of 2. Because we don't do anything halfway at Marilla's Mindful Supplies.
All right. Well, let's enfold the listener and the 3 of us, you, me, and Kelly.
Yes.
In
we're
some
enfolded.
gratitude. Let's have some deep breaths. And what do you think, if I may ask, has been the highlight of this season for you on TYFU? I ask that having not given any thought at all myself. But if you answer first, I'll try to come up with something.
Oh gosh, I think a highlight for me this season, and maybe this sounds cheesy and very, very silly to some, but I think a highlight this season has been finding a whole new gaggle of you guys over on Threads. I think that was a really fun, that has become a very fun community to interact with, and we have gained some great listeners and small business buddies with that. So I think that was a highlight for me. And I think, honestly, this also might sound silly to some, but I think 3 seasons in, I think a highlight for me was feeling like, oh, we have more topics than just that list we made in the beginning. And there's lots to talk about. We have more seasons. We have more conversations under our belt, because this season I feel like we came into with less prompts prepped. And even on the weeks where we were like, okay, we're going to record in 2 hours. What are we talking about? We've had some really good and unexpected and fulfilling conversations and prompts that have come up that I didn't expect. So I think trusting the podcast a little bit was a highlight for me.
Mm-hmm. I think we had some guests I never would have expected to see on. Like,
so true.
You know, like I happened to be in Penny and I happened to run into Rachel. I happened to get talking about the podcast. You know, Sarah Amy from Anthony Road came on. Michael from the bank came on. Kyle came on.
Yeah.
You know, all these were unplanned.
Right. We did not come in thinking that we would have those.
Mm-hmm. So there's like, I guess what you're saying is that there's surprises that come out during the course of the season.
Yeah.
And that's part of the joy.
You and I both like to plan, and we both like to be prepared. And there were some surprises for us, for even you and I this season that were delightful.
Okay. So what I hope for from our listeners during our off time is that they'll continue listening to all the episodes 2 or 3 times over again.
Yes. Yeah. That's your contractual obligation. Just so you guys know.
That they'll consider the TYFU pod.com website for their holiday gift giving.
Yeah, for maybe a little gifty.
Yes.
And, you know, I was thinking about it might be maybe the next thing you were going to say is that they continue to suggest our podcast to people that they know would enjoy it. And, you know, a great way to get someone to listen to our podcast would be giving them a mug that says TYFU pod on it with really cool design on it by Kyle. And maybe you put a little hot cocoa mix in that mug, and that's a Christmas present. Who knows? Excellent. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So yeah, I would hope that someone would keep spreading the news.
Yes. And if you miss us during this off season, the between seasons, send us an email. Let us know what's on your mind.
Send us your today in retails. Yeah. Give us your holiday stories.
Marilla will keep posting on threads here and there. I
sure will. I sure will. I've been a little quiet the last couple of weeks, but it's really just because we had some doozies of today in retails that I wanted to get out on the podcast first. So we'll share a few more of those coming up.
Okay, well, I guess I'll see you in, a couple months? We probably won't see each other at all.
Oh, God, we probably won't see each other at all. I'm going to pop out a couple kids, and then we'll circle back. You know, that's what they say in corporate America. We'll circle back.
All right, see you next episode.
Good job, guys.
We chat about the biz. It is the way it is. Thank you for understanding.
We sincerely thank you for understanding. Please visit us at tyfupod.com to learn more about the show, share prompt ideas, or tell us about your own small business experiences. We may include your story in a future episode. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at TYFUpod or at tyfupod.com. Our theme music was composed by Marilla Gonzalez. The show is produced by Kelly Walker. Too bad for Kelly Walker. Does he listen to the podcast?
No.
Does
your husband listen to the podcast?
No.
Okay. Well, we're safe here.